What's up? I'm travel photographer Brendan Vanson of Brendon'sAdventures.com, and I'm here on the beautiful Ilha Grande in Brazil. Okay, so I've been here in Ilha Grande now for like 3 days, and the weather's been like this. It's been rainy, it's been cloudy. I have got out and shot a couple times, but it's been a bit tough. So rather than doing a traditional video, instead I've been shooting a lot of seascapes here. I'm gonna bust through some footage of Ilha Grande and some images I took here in Ilha Grande and give you my 7 tips for successful seascape photography. Let's do it. So tip number 1 for good seascape photography is to try to find a great location. Obviously you want a beautiful spot to shoot your images. So I'm gonna hike across the island right now and find a spot, or try to find a spot. What you're looking for in seascapes is, it really depends on what mood you're trying to go for in your photos. Sometimes you might be going for a really tranquil scene and you want some calm waters. In this case, I'm gonna go look for rough waters. And when you get rough waters with a long exposure, you can get some pretty cool looking images with the water looking like glassy or icy, and it's really cool. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So tip number 2 is to shoot at the golden hour. Shoot at sunrise or around sunrise and around sunset. Shooting during the golden hour not only means you have longer exposures to play with, but it means you get brighter colors in the sky and the ground. You get smoother exposures and you just get better light. So shoot around sunrise, sunset, shoot the golden hour. Tip number 3 is to find an anchor for your images. So what an anchor is it's something that holds down your photo, and usually it's an element in the foreground of your seascape or landscape photo. So for example, I might take this rock and put it right in the foreground of my photo, and that's what your eye leads to first and then moves towards the rest of the image. So having an anchor in your landscape photos is really important. So tip number 4 is to put a human element in your photo. Putting a person in your photo not only gives scale to the landscape, but it allows whoever's looking at the photo to feel some sort of connection to the image. Tip number 5 is sharpness is everything. You really need to shoot sharp photos, especially with landscapes and seascapes. Get on a tripod, use a remote trigger, get the mirror locked up, turn your image stabilization off, and get the sharpest image you can possibly get. Tip number 6 is to use filters, at least when you need them. Filters will change your landscape and your seascape game. Using ND filters will slow down your shutter speed and let you get more motion in the water. And using graduated ND filters or reverse grad ND filters will help you capture a better exposure, a cleaner exposure, where everything is properly exposed in the image, the foreground, the background, the sky, everything. So use filters, learn how to use filters, and it will up your landscape photography game big time. The final tip for seascape photography, and number 7, is to simplify your scene. A lot of people really shoot big images, wide images, try to get everything in, because the world is an amazing place and you want to capture it all in one image, but it doesn't really work for photography. It makes things look smaller. So simplify your scene, find one rock for a foreground and focus on that rock. Try to be minimalist in your photography when you're doing seascape photography. Try to find one subject and focus on that one subject rather than trying to capture everything. Simplify your scene. So now I've shown you my 7 favorite tips for seascape photography. I've had an awesome time here in Ilha Grande. I've shot some cool locations. I've gone to 3 locations and shot them. I didn't get great light. It's been raining. It's been a little bit bad the whole time with the exception of right now. But I have gotten some cool images and I like the photos I came out with, and I hope you guys like them too. My next destination is Rio de Janeiro. I have to catch up on work there, but I am gonna do a video from there. I'm probably gonna go and find a couple really cool viewpoints of the city and shoot them. So be sure to stay subscribed to the channel, not only for that, but afterwards we're in northern Brazil, and that's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna be in Olinda and the Amazon jungle and all over the place. So it's gonna be so killer. And I hope you stay tuned to that, and I hope you like the show. I'll catch you next time. Peace.